Well, it's great to be here, John, and why don't we talk about how these different scenarios might apply to Wexford County to the south?
Well, Wexford is pretty unique. First of all, it has Cadillac as a real manufacturing town. Of course, named after. I thought it was named.
I
after
thought it was
the
named
car.
after a car. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's Cadillac, the big explorer.
Yeah, we got a
that also
history
founded
education on
Detroit.
that one when
right?
we got here, right?
So, but it is a manufacturing center. That's different than much of the rest of the region. Although the region has more manufacturing than people think. It's not just tourism.
You sure that's what it's famous for? I heard it was sort of a mecca for snowmobiling.
It has national forest, has Lake Mitchell. I mean, there's people there love their outdoors activities. Again, a place that
So why do you live in Portland? This is such a great place, John. We just ought to move here.
This reminds me of Oregon. It really does.
I know it does.
There's a lot of places in Oregon like that. Because you've got 131 and all these other transportation issues that revolve around that, I think Wexford has a number of the scenarios play out quite a bit differently. Scenario A kind of builds on what's been happening in the past. Not a lot in Cadillac, a lot outside. Scenario B, you're really looking at people living in the rural area but trying to maintain a rural atmosphere. So you have people living out there, but you design it so that it looks as rural as possible.
So that they're in clusters.
They're in clusters. There's maybe little villages where you find a small grocery store, or little corner convenience store, gas station, and so forth. But so you wouldn't have to drive into Cadillac to get everything. You've got scenario C, where you really focus on Cadillac and some other smaller villages, maybe even creating a new village in Wexford County. And then scenario D, where most of the growth is occurring in Cadillac. Most of the rest of the county is kind of protected and preserved the way it is today. So a lot of choices for people to talk about there. And one of the big deals in Wexford is going to be economic development, maintaining a healthy, prosperous economy, because that's one of the keys to really a sustainable place.
Right, and there are choices here in Wexford County as to the kind of infrastructure to be built, whether money will be spent on sewer and water systems and sidewalks and bike paths, or whether it would be more spent on the road systems, for example. A lot of choices that are important about how growth will occur in the future and how people will pay for it and how expensive it will be.
You've got the crossroads of 131, M115, and 37 all intersecting there. And that's a great opportunity. It's also something that often needs some investment to fix those intersections up.
Great. Well, a lot of important choices for Wexford County and the Grand Vision decision.